Alrighty. Everybody, Shotgun Ace here, and welcome to the voiceover for Hello Neighbor Alternate Reality. I will be pausing this, but other than that, it should be fine. Anyway, I went and quit menu, start a new game. Okay. I go this way first because I can get 2 of the paintings that you need to turn to get the green key. Also, the neighbor is right there. I'll probably just put an arrow or something right there. But he's watching TV. He'll destroy. You'll see. I go, I jump. Sometimes it's really hard to make that jump. But anyway, I take that chair, fumble it, put it there. Because it takes about 4 to 5 seconds to go and break down. Well, he doesn't break down the door. He just kicks it hard enough to the point the chair falls over. Grab these 2. Grabs. I don't know why he has a wrench there. I didn't even know he had one there. I think I was just going around his house. Anyway. Grab that. See, he's already in there. And then we grab this. There's 3 vases. 1 green, 1 blue, 1 red. And you need them to go to get the stuff. To help beat whatever act you're on. The first act is a hammer. The third act is the key you need to get inside the basement. Hit that one. Hit that one. That beep lets you know that the green key's done. However, I don't know about this act, but I know in the third act, when you do all the paintings, the neighbor knows you're inside because of the loud beep. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it's great. Anyway, speaking of the neighbor, I don't know if Nate made it himself or copied the code, but most of these runs I have lost is due to him outsmarting me. Like I said, I don't know if the AI was copied or created, but anyway, like I said, it's smart. However, I've noticed some flaws. Oh, yeah, you stay right there, buddy. When I noticed some of the flaws, when you put a chair on where the living room is, he won't kick it or break it down. I've noticed that sometimes too, like where you can put chairs everywhere, and he won't break them down. His AI will be stuck in this specific area. I don't know. I should probably show you guys what I'm talking about. Anyway, now back 10 seconds. I put the bear trap down right here, mainly because it helps, because the neighbor can get stuck, and there's been times where bear traps have indeed saved my life. Boom. Act 2. Act 2 isn't really long. It's maybe 3 minutes. And most of that's due to a chase scene, which occasionally breaks. Anyway, you have to hide in here to progress the game. He goes, he rips boards off. When you hear the somber music start to play, you're good. Also, the door right here. The door here in the first version, I believe. In the first version, he had the neighbor break down the door, which I think is actually really cool. If you could go and put that in, that'd be great. But it's up to you, I'm gonna be honest. But I like the idea, like, the neighbor is like in full panic mode and is just willfully destroying things he wouldn't usually break. Anyway. Boop. Got the boot key. Oh. I also want to talk about the lighting. I was using the UUU client, but only for the lighting. Everything else I have done. I was thinking about not changing the lighting, except for the fact that it gets really dark in some places, and I believe the third act has a day and night cycle, and it will be really hard to see what's going on. But I'm pretty sure using the UUU client just for lighting is not illegal. And then we get inside a chase sequence. Actually, fun fact. Okay, two things. Fun fact. Sometimes the neighbor will forget where you're at. I have had this happen a few times where I have run all the way to the door, turned around, and that neighbor ain't right there. The neighbor is like running around looking for me. And also, the door right here. You might be thinking that he might be pulling a Hello Neighbor on you. Those 3 keys are actually in the basement themselves. The key I dropped goes to that one. That one is where the blue key is, and this one is where you gotta shut the power off. Because it's stuck behind a gate. What's behind it, I'm not gonna tell you. Okay, and then we want to talk about this, just in case anyone says, like, I'm cheating or whatnot. It's really quick, so. Alright. Boop. Yeah, it's really quick. Okay, slow this down for a sec. Alright. This area right here, this is where he puts you at the start of the cutscene. The cutscene's not exactly, the cutscene is in this room, I believe. I'll probably have to put an arrow there. It's right there. And I think how he does it is like he makes it dark. He makes it dark and then he makes it bright when need be. I think that's how he does it. But anyway, I skip it, hit the switches. There's really not much to say about this act. There is a secret. There is a secret. It's right here. In order to get this secret, you need to go and do the generator I'm about to do first, last. Because then a metal bars will come out of the ground. And then you can go into the secret world. I assume that's what it's called. And then we go to the make it or break it part of the run. I mean, there's a lot of parts that make it or break it in this, but this is one of them. Because this thing's, I'm not a fan of parkour. I don't really like the way this is implemented. But I'm just not a fan of parkour in general. Real life parkour is okay. Video game parkour is not the same as real life parkour. Oh, and sometimes you're gonna have a little bit of trouble with these boxes. I don't think I had in this one. Yeah, no. 5478, that's the code. But the boxes can cause a good amount of trouble. And then boom, we're halfway done, and it's only been 2.5, maybe 3 minutes. The third act is mostly what took the longest. It's not difficult, it's just there's one thing that you have to do, and you gotta do it right, and if you screw up, you gotta redo it again, or if you get caught, you're fucked. It's just how it is. Okay, we do that. And then, oh no, what the fuck happened to the hammer? Anyway. Oh, forgot to mention. There's a secret. Alright. There's a secret. I believe if you go up, if you go to the right and then straight, it's either left and then straight. There's a part of the invisible wall that's supposed to be there. It's not there, and if you keep going straight to the top of the hill behind the house, there is a Birdman with a orange or yellow door. There is a secret ending. Well, I'm putting the secret in quote unquotes, but every time you try and get the secrets, it crashes your game. So if you're gonna do an all secrets run, I recommend doing it on sandbox or normal, because it's gonna be a bitch having to do it on a hard difficulty. Because I think, yeah, because the one, is there one in the first act? I think there might be one in the first act that will crash your game. The one in the second act will crash your game. There's 2 or 3 in the third act, I believe, that will crash your game. And then there's one in the ending. There's in the ending section of the game, so then that one also crashes your game. Yeah, they used to not crash your game, if I recall correctly. It would be nice if they didn't crash your game, because if you're doing it like me, like I'm playing on a hard difficulty, I don't want to have to go and continue back inside this guy's house. But that's just me. Anyway, we did this. Back 10 seconds. Break down our window, because it's quicker. Now this is where his AI gets a little funky. And he saw me. Then boom, we swipe his key. I think he tries to sit here and I go fuck it, if I recall correctly. No, okay, that might have been the last run I did. Then nope, he goes to watch TV. That's fine, we run, we hit that. He only has one wrench this time, so sadly it's in the garage and not in the fridge. I don't know, there might be one in the fridge, I don't know, it's hard to tell. Did I just hear Michael Jackson playing? Anyway, for number 2. You can't really... And I got agitated by that, because I was doing good. Oh, and now I gotta really talk about this. You can make noise in this game. You can run across the floor squeaks, you run into stuff. I think that works on a meter, maybe? Because sometimes it's really... Sometimes he gets aggravated instantly, and there's times where you can literally be doing like a conga dance right behind him and he won't notice. I got unlucky here, he went and he noticed. But I take the door, do that. And I've been caught here a few times. Yeah, well, I was not happy when... Yeah, that's exactly how I felt when I stepped inside that goddamn bear trap. But anyway, yeah, like, I'm more or less running as fast as I can. Because he can get up. He can get up to the 3rd floor and the 4th floor. When I played it, he really couldn't, no matter how hard he tried, because I don't think it was in his pathing at the time, but with the recent 2.0 updates, he can, which is horrifying. Anyway, 4th floor now. It sounds like he's close, but he's not. Anyway, welcome. I'm probably going to show you the worst part of this fucking speedrun, because... Anyway, he can't actually even get up here yet because there's a glass window that I need to break for him to go and get up here. This is intentional because the door I just unlocked leads to something that you have to turn the power off on. And if you don't, you can't get the electrical box that you need to shut off. I am not a fan of that. Step on that one. 2034. Believe I go and put that in immediately. I dropped the blue key because most of these keys only have 2 uses. I was thinking to myself when I was doing this, I don't think I went and I did the red door. That's why I still have the red key, but I also didn't get the shit outside, which is why I'm holding on to the other key. Went the wrong way, per usual, and then just dropped the chair over there, just in case. And then this wrench only has 1 use. I go, use it, drop the fucking thing. Shut that off. And then I just run in. It's all up more or less RNG right now, like whether or not he'll catch me. Anyway, I go, I break that window. And this is where most of my speed runs get absolutely slaughtered. This room right here is I'm gonna probably label this the worst room. There are probably many other ways to implement this, but this I really hate, because what you have to do, and if you're playing on the hard difficulty like I am, you can't really fuck this up. First thing you need to do is you either need to turn it off, aggravate the neighbor, or aggravate the neighbor and turn it off. The second option usually works a lot more. And what you need to do is you need to not get caught. Now here's the thing. If he can go and get up to the 3rd floor and the 4th floor, you're screwed. Because, and now granted, if you had the hammer, yeah, I mean, it might be a hard time for him trying to get you might be a hard time if he's trying to get you, but here's the thing, it's not spinning. So the only thing that is protecting you right now is the door, the chair you put in front of the door. It's not, I feel like this might be filler. I'm not a fan of this. I'm pretty sure, like, the last time I played it, I'm not a fan of this. And if you fuck up, you gotta restart all over again. That's the even more fun part. But last, I think I got lucky. Nope, I forgot. The trash can fucked with me about 2-3 times. Also, you can't open that when this thing is moving. And you also gotta be really careful. Now I run back to turn the power back on. Because apparently the neighbor doesn't do that anymore when he's trying to hunt you. Which you would think would be the most important part. And 20, 34. And then I go and I'm waiting for him and he gets stuck. And for a few seconds I'm like, oh shit, and I thought, fuck it, he's stuck. But here's the thing, it might look like he's permanently stuck. No, he's not even close. He can get down. I think we take the shovel, break down that way, just in case, you know, he's right on our ass. And he was trying to come after me, and he's stuck. See, as you saw, he wasn't stuck. He was temporarily stuck. Which really just shows you how good the AI is written. Now granted, I did something a little stupid here. I went full brazen and started pulling the boards off. And I put that there just in case he tried to get me. Right, now there's 2 generators I have to do. The first one is on the 4th floor, and the second one is on the 3rd floor. Now I quickly check out there to make sure he's not hippity-hoppiting trying to get to me. I heard him, but he's not over here. Get that one. Grab the lamp. Take these 2 boards off. Grab in to get the jackhammer. And a bear trap. It's probably... Let me be honest, the last speedrun I did before this, I was like really close to beating it. The thing is when those boards I just took off, okay. Those boards are just... Nah, shit. Where is it? Those boards I just took off. Okay, when it comes to those boards, his AI will immediately know that's an entry point. He doesn't have to see it. He doesn't have to be standing there to hear it. He just automatically knows. Which is what got me captured the last time, because the last time I think I was at like 10 minutes and I did this. I took the boards off, took the boards off, opened the door, I closed the door, and I did the jackhammer. I was doing the jackhammer just quickly as I can, and I go turn on that. As soon as I was walking through, he opened the door and he caught me. He knew I was in this room, even though he didn't see me going inside this room. So either I got really unlucky, or this thing has wall hacks. But at last, I got lucky. He's not here. Go grab that. And then we just do that. Jump out that way. Alright, do that. Boom, ready. Open the door. Now again, remember I was saying how it's weird with the AI. This is another one. This sometimes alerts him. This time it did. The last time I did it, he was just walking around watering his flowers. I don't know if that's intentional, accidental, I don't really know. but that has happened where he hasn't been alerted, even though I'm pretty sure it's scripted to make it so he's alerted. So, but it's, I don't want to say it's 50-50 because it's really not. I give it more of a 10% chance it won't work. But anyway, we got lucky. We got the door. We open it. And this motherfucker makes it so we don't open it. Then we skip through 2 cutscenes. And then we're running. Okay, I want to point this out. Some people are going to look at the running and say that I cheated because you can't run. Okay, the best way I can explain it is when the cutscene for the beginning of the 3rd act and the ending, you can't run. However, I've noticed is at the start of the cutscene, okay, for example, the 3rd act has a cutscene where you get in the car, you drive to your new place. If you hold shift and then either wait for the cutscene to end or you spam space like I do, if you hold shift and you spam space, you can go and you have the ability to run, just like I did here. I went, I hold shift, and I believe I was holding W, and I was spamming the space bar. That's how I can run. Come on. And then we have a... They have a beautiful time wipe with some. I don't know what the name of the music is in this cutscene, but it's actually really. It's not cutscene, but you know what I mean. It's really good music. I just like the bumpiness of it. And here we are at the ending. And just so you know, again, oh wait, okay, I didn't get fucked over by the ladder last minute. That sometimes happens. Oh, yo, it's Mr. Peterton. And we get drugged out by Birdman. Then we wake up in the hospital. And then, boom, he's missing. And this is just... I don't know why he did it like this, but you can move around. But anyway, suffice to say, it's a very... It's an okay speedrun. It's not difficult. But the neighbor... The neighbor makes it a little bit difficult. Not enough to the point where it's actually... I don't know, like I said, I don't know if he made the AI or he copied it, but... Anytime the neighbor catches you, it's not your fault. Well, it is your fault, but not your fault. It's that he outsmarted you instead of you outsmarting him. And he does a good job of outsmarting me. He's done it quite a few times. The amount of times that he actually has done it is so much. I think I've done like maybe 200-300 runs of this game. And I think with the exception of 5 or 10, he has caught me every single time because he has outsmarted me. Okay, a good example is it was during the first act. Okay, the first act, okay, I thought that I went and I put down, where's the front of the house? Alright, right here. I put down a chair right here. But here's the thing. I broke inside via the window. What I thought was gonna happen was, oh, I put the chair down. There's a good chance the neighbor's gonna go. He's gonna see me, and he's gonna go run around and kick down that chair. He does not. Actually, in fact, if you put a chair right here in front of this door, there's a really good chance where he will just not go through. He won't deal with that. So if you go and you put it there and you get his attention and you go and you run out to your house, you will literally see this man barely interact with it. I think I watched him for 5 minutes, and it was either 5-10 minutes, and after 7 minutes maybe, he's kicked down the chair to go watch TV. But yeah, the AI is weird but smart. It's kind of like that geek we all knew back in high school. But anyway, I don't think there's really anything else I want to add, except for the fact that maybe change the whole spinny thing. Because to be honest, the second act was okay. That was fine, but you have control over whether or not it's on or off. The third act, you don't. So if there's a way to implement the fact that, you could control it, have it as a timed assessment, maybe? I think having it as a timed assessment rather than RNG and the neighbor not turning it on, I think it would be better that way. But I don't know how difficult that would be to implement. I have tried my hand at making games, and I haven't got very far. I don't really think there's much he can do for the neighbor's AI when it comes to... Actually, I think he might be able to work on the AI when it comes to doors, because that's one of the things. I could probably go and board up every single door, lead him outside, and he will never be able to come inside his house unless I make noise. Oh, and please change this parkour area. I'm not a fan of the whole parkour area thing. If you could change that, that would be nice. But I'm only one person. I'm not 1,000 people telling you to change it. I believe that is everything I have for this. The breakdown to my thoughts on the game. I don't think there's anything else I want to add. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you all enjoyed. Stick around for the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.